morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody, give it up for DJ Opdiggy. Big round of applause. Amazing. Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabe, and I've been volunteering here at Creative Mornings Atlanta for at least the past year. It's been a journey that's really been rewarding and meaningful to me. During a year that's been filled with significant ups and downs, and a lot of downs. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? It's some hard times. And so events like this really mean a lot, and this community means so much to me. So this community is a sign of strength, a source of inspiration. With the support and connections I found in this group, it's really helped me grow and really got me through difficult times. So I know there's people out there who are feeling the same thing. There's so much uncertainty in this world right now, so embrace that, embrace the community, and give yourselves a round of applause just for being here this morning, because y'all woke up early on a Friday morning. I mean, y'all could have slept in. That's okay. You're here for a reason. I'm grateful for the light you all bring to the community, and it means so much to me. If you're here for the first time and you don't follow us on social media, I want to give you a heads up. Our socials are at Atlanta_CM. That's Atlanta_Creative Mornings. And also, if you want to hashtag it, it's #layers. That's the theme today. And if you want to share anything on social media, you can also hashtag Atlanta_CM. So as I said, today's theme is layers. It was chosen by our Lausanne chapter in Switzerland, illustrated by Catherine Olivia Pearson, which is that lovely, lovely image we're seeing there. Layers give our work and lives richer depth, peeling them away so we can discover deeper truths. So I'm going to take a minute to talk a little bit about some deeper truths. I'm going to get deep. Who here was old enough to remember the MTV Music Awards in 1991? Like a couple of us. Do you remember when Michael Stipe won all those prizes and what he did? Very few people remember. All right, so he took off T-shirts, and each T-shirt had a warning or had a thing on it. And what's interesting is they were so prescient. He had like choice and gun control and save the rainforest, like things that since 1991 have been completely solved. So thank God he wore those shirts. We'd never have to worry about that shit again. So I'm going to go off mic for a minute just and do a thing. First of all, somebody already asked me about this. Who knows what this is? What's it? No? Who watched Squid Game? Squid Game Season 1. Yeah. So this jacket represents when I first moved to Atlanta. I was executive director of the Atlanta Film Festival. And being executive director of a nonprofit arts organization that doesn't get a lot of funding, and you're struggling every day, it's like the Squid Games. It really is. It's fucking brutal. Anybody who works in the nonprofit world knows this, and anybody who's been in executive leadership there. I was a bad, horrible executive director to my people. In other words, the organization was actually doing quite well, but I was a bad person. I was a tyrant. I didn't have proper work-life balance, and I ran the place like the Squid Games, and I really regret that. That was one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my life. I was probably too young to be in that position of power, and I didn't know how to wield it properly. Since then, my perspective's completely changed, so let's shed that layer. A couple years after that, I got a job at Center for Civil and Human Rights. This is where I worked when it first opened. Great organization. You'll notice the vintage logo on the shirt. It's a great organization. Worked there for a couple years, but wasn't there anymore. I'm literally a walking LinkedIn. Worked at Emory, Office of Advancement and Communications. That was actually a really good experience for me. Love working at Emory. For me, education is very important, and the opportunity to raise money for people who needed an education mattered a lot to me. I got a full scholarship to high school and college, so giving back in that way meant a lot to me. So I learned so much there. But that wasn't for me ultimately, because I got a call, or was called to do something very corporate. And I worked at a local little startup that was just a little soda company. And it was like a dream job. It was amazing. It was like I was working on a creative team there, and just loved it. And then one day, as happens in the corporate world, the floor falls out. Yeah. And so that job went away, and that was a very depressing and sad time in my life. But You know it already. Also, people have commented on my Crocs. These are my gold Crocs. These are actually Coca-Cola Crocs. And when I was finished with them, I was like, I'm not wearing them anymore. I turned them into gold. And here I am today, Creative Mornings shirt. I'm repping Creative Mornings because this community is what got me through all of that. So that was my little onion layer thing. I didn't even cry originally I was maybe going to get some onions out, but I didn't have to do it. So that's the walkthrough here. As a volunteer, and I want to do a little demo, as a volunteer, I just want to shout out the amazing human beings and volunteers. They're all around this room. They're wearing name tags. They are unbelievable. I helped put this month together. This month they'd had different volunteers working on things. But it's like, I walked in this morning, it was like Fight Club. Like, they all knew what they were doing. It was like, I just walked in the house. I'm like, where's Tyler Durden? Where'd he go? I'm like, shit. So they all get so much done. People give their time, energy, thing. It's amazing. If you want to be part of this group, we will take you. Like, we need more help. So if you want to volunteer, reach out to us, because volunteering for this is super rewarding. And I want to thank all of the volunteers. Give them a big round of applause. I want to take a special moment to shout out Shatay. Shatay has been my right hand, helping plan this a month. She can be planning in two months. She can be doing the event there. Crossroads, stay tuned, it's coming up. And also, I would be remiss if I did not mention our chapter host and leader, Amina Brown. Amazing, right? Yeah. Ms. DJ Obdiggy, are you Mr. I forget which one it is. It's one of those two. But at Chapter, she's amazing. She couldn't be here today because she's up in New York City doing a little thing called The Moth. So I was like, okay, you can miss that. You go over there. So that's amazing. So good news, amazing. Congratulations to Amina, and we're super excited. But we're here to do layers today, and we're moving on without her tremendous leadership. But without her, none of us would be here. So again, big thank you to her. Let's talk a little bit about our sponsors and partners, because our partners also make this possible. How many people got some coffee this morning? Yeah, I got mine. You can tell, right? Huge thank you, Dancing Goats by Caldi, for providing our morning brew today and throughout all of 2025. Caldi's Coffee Roasting Company of St. Louis, proudly united with Dancing Goats Coffee, born in Olympia, Washington, and warming Atlanta's mornings for over 25 years. So this Northwest rain and the mountains infuse the coffee with character, but it's Atlanta's vibrant culture and people that give it the flavor. That's you all. So this team deeply values being part of the community they call home. So we're really, really pleased to welcome Dancing Goats by Caldi as our new coffee sponsor, and amazing coffee, right? Did y'all enjoy it? Great. We also want to thank our food partner, Five Daughters Bakery, for providing the amazing layer donuts. If y'all had some of that, that's also great. And I'd like to, just by show of hands, who's at a Creative Mornings event for the very first time? Oh my God. Welcome. Thank you all. I always like to see that. So Creative Mornings isn't just happening here in Atlanta. It's a global network, and they gather in cities all over the world. There's over 200 chapters hosting monthly events on the same theme. So all around the world, there's idiots taking their shirts off doing things. Creative people just like you coming together to build community. So if you're just visiting Atlanta or you're traveling to another city, you can check out CreativeMornings.com to see if there's a chapter near you. And there are some cities that are looking for chapter hosts. So if you live in another city that does not have one, reach out. They might be happy to help you start one. We're also going to move on to our amazing other partners. So we have Adobe, who recently joined us as a global partner. They recognize the impact Creative Mornings is having on the global ecosystem of creativity, and they're committed to support creatives all around the world. Just like our local partners make our events here in Georgia possible, global partnerships are the fuel that power us as an organization globally. So they ensure Creative Mornings can continue to grow and thrive around the world. By show of hands, does anybody here use Adobe products? Good. That's like everybody, right? That's like, who has air? Does everybody breathe air? And who uses Adobe Express? Does anybody use Adobe Express? Excellent. So Adobe Express. We specifically want to talk about Adobe Express, the quick and easy way to create anything app from Adobe, from flyers, social media campaigns, to standalone videos. Adobe Express has you covered. You can use Adobe Express for free at adobe.com/express. That is the end of this portion of the partner conversation. And now, we're actually going to have some crazy fun. How many people like Lego? Anybody? All right. I need some volunteers. I need 4 volunteers, 2 pairs of builders to come on up, and we're going to be doing a little exercise. Y'all are going to see some chaos in a minute. So who wants to do it? You want to build? Come on up. You want to build? Come on up. You 2 over here. You and you, come on up. Yeah, no. Sorry, you're coming from the back. You can be a volunteer, and you. Yeah, let her come through. Sorry, I'm sorry. She was moving forward already. I was like, okay, great. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We have 2 teams. Team one is over here, and I'm going to need the help. Don't open those yet. We're going to distribute these amongst the first few rows. Everybody take an envelope, and then we're going to distribute these envelopes over there. So we're going to do a Lego build, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy exercise, and you're going to see how we're going to build this. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, I need one person to agree to be a timekeeper. Who likes this? You want to be the timekeeper? Come on and be the timekeeper. There you go. I knew I had another volunteer position. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, we're going to need her back in a minute. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Team 1 is a builder. They get to see the image they're going to build, and the other one gets to look at the directions. So only one can see the image, and the other one gets the directions. But you can't talk to the builder who saw the image. You can only see it for 30 seconds. You can keep your instructions. You will talk to the audience. They have the Lego pieces that you need to build. And you can ask them who has a blankety blank, who has a blank, and you got to bring it up, put it on the table for them to build, okay? So that's the first part. Now your team has the opposite. Y'all are going to have instructions. Hold on. I did it wrong. They got the instructions. She's got, you know why? Because the Legos aren't on the table. We need to pour the Legos out. So what I told them is what you guys do. You guys have Legos, right? Okay. You've got the image. You can't talk to him, or you can't talk to her. Okay. You can't tell him what it is. You can tell her. You've got the instruction. You only take one of those out. There's 3. Only take one. Okay. So I have to tell him. You don't tell him anything. You can. Yeah. He's going to bring these. You can. I'll tell you. Y'all have the pieces. He's going to ask for the pieces and bring them to you. But he can't. You can't tell him what it is. Yes, but you can't tell him what it is, and you can't tell her what you're building. You can ask him for pieces, but he can't tell you what you're building. Now, what they've got is they've got the complete piece set right in front of them, and they've got identical sets. Now, in the audience here, you have instructions. They're going to do this. So you're going to have a builder, and on your team, you're going to be able to ask the audience questions like, y'all can open the instructions, look at them when I tell you, when the time starts. And then you need to be like, what do we need? Like, give me, like, what can I ask for? Like, anybody have an idea what we need? So your instructions, you can tell her what it is that you're building based on the pieces that you see. It's a little bit like the exercise where the people describe the elephant, by the way. So everybody's got a little piece of the elephant. Y'all are going to build it. Here's how it's going to go down, though. As we build, what's going to happen is we're going to have like 7 minutes to do the complete build. And then when it's done, we get to vote. The people who didn't build get to vote on which one they think is cooler. And it doesn't have to be accurate, doesn't have to be right. The question is, how much creativity can we have? And you can build whatever the hell you want. You don't have to listen to any of that stuff. You're the builder. Your job is to build, but you can't tell him exactly what it is you're building, and you can't tell her what it is you're building. You can only ask for pieces. You can say, can I? No, he's getting the pieces from them. You're building. But you have to say, I need these pieces from the audience, and bring them back to her. And you can be like, I need something like this. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that kind of make sense? Yes. And you have instructions on the thing. Yes. It's chaos. It's going to be chaos, but it's going to be controlled, fun chaos. I guarantee you. All right. Here's how it's going to go down. They're going to have 30 seconds to study their thing. So you get to keep your thing, but you take yours out. Okay? You see what it is. But you can't say... Yeah, but you can't say. See what I'm saying? Because it's one set. It's a set. Pick one. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, you have the full thing. Now, you can't show her that. Okay? You're going to stand up here. He does. Yeah. So, yeah, and he can't show you what he has. You don't know. All right. When the clock starts, chaos will ensue. This side of the audience will respond to you. This side of the audience will respond to you. Everybody, what are we at? 9:15. We have. Let's do a 5-minute build. We have until 9:20 to get this going. On your mark, get set, build. I feel like Will Arnett. All right, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Get to building. 2 minutes. Build, build, build. Put stuff together. The secret is to build something. 30-second countdown. 30 seconds, builders. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away from the bricks. All right. We have the island of misfit toys, which I love. All right. Judges in the back, because we'll decompress in a minute. We have 2 pieces. Who wants to come just take a look? Or we do it by round of applause? Let's do it by round of applause. Can y'all hold yours up and tell us what it is you made?
Unicorn.
They made a unicorn. And hold yours up, show all the angles of it, and tell us what you made.
We made a unicorn. What do you mean?
Both teams made a unicorn. Let's, by show of hands, team 1. All right. Oh, y'all are biased now. Y'all are biased. Hold on. Team 2. I feel like team 2 made more noise. I don't know if there's like... You want to try again? All right, team 1. Team 2. All right. I don't know. It sounds like a tie to me. It sounds like a tie. Everyone's a winner. All right, I'm going to tell you a secret that a few people knew. You knew it. You want to tell them the secret?
No, what?
To the piece, the thing that was on here, the thing that was on the piece you could build. Yeah. These were identical kits. The kits could build one of 3 things. So y'all with your instructions over here, some of y'all thought they were building like a peacock or a seahorse or a unicorn. They're all given conflicting instructions. Over here, they had the pieces, but he only had one set of instructions, and he probably drew unicorn. Right. So he knew to build the unicorn. He knew how to get the pieces and make it happen. So this is a fun exercise. It does all the fun stuff we're looking for, and I could not resist layers by thinking of Legos. So I want to thank our builders. Thanks to all the people here. You can take it home. This is yours. Yours to keep. This is yours to keep. Yours to keep. And the remaining Lego will all go into a box, and we're going to make something fun afterwards with it. And I'm going to step on them for weeks and weeks in my house. Because anybody who got kids knows that's what happens with the Legos. So thank you all for participating in the Lego Challenge. And I want to now bring up some more of our partners, because we would not be here, as I said earlier, if it wasn't for some of our partners. So I want to do a big thank you to Supermarket. How many of y'all are here for the first time in Supermarket, right? What an amazing space. So I could tell you all about it, but why would I when Amanda, who's on our volunteer team as well, is going to come up and tell you a little bit about this space, how to rent it, and how to use it for upcoming events. So Amanda, it's all you.
Hi. Thanks, Gabe. I work here at the Supermarket. I'm our programming director, and I also volunteer for Creative Mornings. So very excited to merge the 2 worlds today. And happy Friday, and welcome to the Supermarket. So I just saw those show of hands who have been here for the first time, but can I see them again? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I recognize a lot of faces. So for those of you returning, thanks for coming back. And if it's your first time, hopefully it won't be your last. And if you're thinking how is this my first time? How do I not know about this cool basement? It's because we're new. So we just opened in June last year, and we opened very slowly, 1 room at a time. And we still have some rooms to build out. So more to come. While our space is new, our team has been doing this work of creating cool space for about 7 years. We started in 2017 in a big warehouse in Southwest Atlanta called The Bakery. How many of you know about The Bakery or went to The Bakery? Yeah, lots of people. Thank you. So our team has activated a couple spaces since then. And in 2023, we transitioned The Bakery to be a nonprofit. And so now The Bakery is an arts services 501c3 organization. And so we have this small business and a nonprofit who are partners and who work together. And The Bakery has an office here. We do programming here. And we share 2 staff members, including me. So I'm our programming director here at the supermarket, but I'm also the assistant director of our nonprofit, The Bakery. So with that history out of the way, what is the supermarket? Where are you at? What do we do here? We're a multi-use arts and creative event space. So we do our own programming, like we do a monthly comedy show, we do a drag show, we do a PowerPoint competition, some fun things. We also do the bakeries programming, which is a lot of art exhibitions, educational programs. We do kids programs if you have kids. And then we also do space rentals. So we do public events, private events, anything from like a panel discussion, a film screening, a corporate creative outing, a kid's birthday party, you name it, we do it here. So if you have an idea and you want to do something here, let us know. It's thesupermarketatl.com. You can go to our website, find more information, tell us your idea, and we'll bring it to life. And lastly, I want to leave you with an invite. So we do events almost every day here. You can see our public calendar online for public events. But every 2 months or so, our team takes over this whole space, and those are the parties you don't want to miss. So we've had 3 so far since we've been in this space. All 3 sold out. So we did a Halloween event, a New Year's Eve, a Valentine's Day, which is what this decor is still up from. And so the next one's in April. We'll be doing a prom. So on April 12th, if you want to get dolled up and go to a prom at the supermarket, April 12th, be here, and we'll release tickets this week, and hope to see you there. And excited for this. I love Creative Mornings. I love house music, so very excited for this talk. Yeah, give it up for Creative Morning.
Thanks, Amanda. Give it up for Amanda. What an amazing space. I love it. The vibe in here has been amazing. Next up, and we also have them in the house today, is one of our amazing partners, Ripple. There were some things on your seat when you first got here, so I'm going to bring up Bonnie and Ray to talk about Ripple and their great partnership with Creative Mornings. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Bonnie and Ray.
Thank you. Whoa. All right, good morning, everybody. I know we extend in between the main event, so we'll make it fast. There's no skip ad button, so we'll go as fast as we can. Really quickly, by way of introductions, my name is Ray, and I'm one of the founding partners of Ripple, and Bonnie is the second, and our third partner is out of town, so he's not here with us today. But we founded Ripple about 5 years ago in Atlanta, and I think one of the reasons our company is thriving is because of the amazing community here in Atlanta and the creative spirit we have, and really just the amazing talent in this city. So we founded Ripple based on our backgrounds in the agency space. So all 3 of us were at agencies in New York, Atlanta, London, and kind of brought that experience to bear to build Ripple. So what is a Ripple? So Ripple is an on-demand talent platform that matches independent professionals or freelancers with amazing opportunities at top brands and agencies. So we saw that, while we were at the agency, there was a real need to bring kind of a level of trust and confidence when enterprise companies like AT&T, Coca-Cola could hire freelancers, and then freelancers could feel confident they were getting the right gig and getting paid by these large enterprise clients. So we kind of sit in the middle to some degree and make it all happen and bring confidence to that pairing. So our technology does the matching between freelancer and the client need. And it takes a couple seconds to have that match happen and bring you great opportunities. So when you think about the benefits of being on Ripple as a freelancer, I'm going to talk about, and Bonnie's going to talk about the benefits as a client. Really, for talent, you're kind of outsourcing, a lot of the pain of being an independent professional. For one thing, the main benefit is you have Bonnie, who runs our BD team. So we're out there getting new clients, every day, working hard to invest in building relationships and bringing large enterprise clients to the platform who are looking for talent to do great work. So that's a big benefit. Secondly, through Ripple, you also are ensured that everything on the platform from a job perspective is qualified. So every client we have signs an MSA with Ripple. So we're an enterprise kind of solution where they can't post any job without us knowing exactly what it is, that it's a good gig, that's the type of opportunity we would have been proud to have had at an agency. So we're really qualifying the opportunities for everybody. And then thirdly, on the platform as a freelancer, you have kind of your own operating system. So you set up a profile, you set your preferences for how you want to work, when you want to work, you set your rate, you take 100% of your pay home. We do not take any kind of cut out of your pay. We make our money by marking your services up to the client. And then also through the platform, you get paid. You get paid even if we don't get paid, so we take that worry out of the equation. If you want to be a freelancer, we get you paid, we get you insurance. Whatever you need to survive in the freelance market, we're there to support you. So that's kind of a very freelance-centric approach we took to building the platform. So I'll pass the baton to Bonnie, who talk about the client perspective.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bonnie Block and co-founder of Ripple. Ray didn't mention names, but we came out of Razorfish. Prior to that, I've worked at Ogilvy and Mather and Gray and all of the big ones here. And I did decide to do one client-side stint. I worked at Delta Airlines for about 4 or 5 years and decided I needed to freelance. Now, this was 26 years ago. I was one of the very, very first freelancers that actually they gave me a computer. I could work from home. I mean, it was all sorts of things. So I've been a freelancer also. Which is kind of funny because it feels like your whole life kind of leads up to, this moment, this point, what we've created here. So my entire job today is to dazzle you with brands. That's it, because I am in charge of sales. I'm proud to tell you all we have 193 clients, not like I'm counting, but we've got 193 clients. Our largest client is Delta Airlines. We have got over 100 people currently on their marketing team. So make sure you all hear this. I mean, they're certainly our biggest, followed by AT&T. We have IHG, we have Cox, we have Georgia Pacific, we have Kimberly-Clark, we have Coca-Cola. We've got a lot of really big, wonderful brands that what we kept seeing is that the freelance community couldn't necessarily get jobs directly with these big brands. Through Ripple, you can. And so that is what is super important to us, is to support the community overall. Our clients' experience is, they love working with us because we get them resources, the highest quality resources. We get them so quickly because we are technology. I want to make sure everybody understands we have a platform that our clients can come into. We also, of course, have got Ripple client leads that act kind of like an account person that can help clients get in and set up opportunities. You as freelance talent, if you're freelance talent, you can get in, you can read, the job description, you can see what it's all about. And the types of jobs that we have vary. I mean, if you all are interested in a 40-hour per week, 18-month-long job, come to us. We have those contract type positions. If you're interested more in sharing your time with some project-based work, we also do that for clients. We also have got micro agencies as part of our offering. We've got also, we call them collectives. Now, these are freelance groups where you all have worked with one another and you want to be presented on the platform as a group. So we can offer that as well because we have lots of clients that want to come and get an entire team. So anyway, based on that, what did I miss? Anything? Nothing? Good. All right, guys. Now the fun starts.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Reliable work, getting benefits, and you have ripple.com and you have all the information there, plus the QR code. So Ripple with the W, by the way. So terrific. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention our video partner, Greg Harding Films. Greg Harding is our video sponsor. He creates doc-style content. If you need small business needs, nonprofits, brands, let him tell your story. He's a dedicated filmmaker and also a big film fan. We were just nerding out about David Lynch earlier today. Anybody going to see Twin Peaks tonight? I am. So good times. And he's a movie lover, and he helps support the Landmark Midtown Arts Cinema with their trailers and stuff like that. So Greg's terrific. If you need something video, he's your guy. Also, MPB. They transform the way people buy, sell, and trade photo and video gear. As the largest global platform for used photography and videography equipment, MPB is a destination for everyone, whether you've discovered your passion for visual storytelling recently or you're already a pro. MPB, the other thing that's great about them is it really is reusing equipment. Imagine that you're not adding to the global waste problem by actually using equipment that came from somewhere else. So it's a great way to use refurbished equipment and so forth. So use MPB. It's a terrific way to use the gear. Lastly, before we move on to the main event, I want to announce our upcoming Creative Mornings event. In March, it is an evening event, so it's creative after hours. It will be called Parallel. We're back at the Be Nice House with a very limited number of tickets available, so stay tuned to the newsletter. Make sure you sign up for that and social channels, because when the tickets go live, they usually get snatched up pretty fast, because Be Nice House is not as big as this amazing space we're in today. It's pretty tight. So now on to the main event. So this past year, I did a kind of a weird deep dive into electronic dance music unexpectedly. It captured my heart, and I'm not sure why. It maybe tickles something about learning that I had a neurodivergent brain, and there's something about it that just makes sense to me, or if it's the deep vibration that just resonate inside my body, there's something non-lingual about it. I'm in awe of DJs, so shout out to Abdighi, Jabril over here, and you're about to meet our main guest. They are the true artists. Their technical skills and ability to build energy and create transcendent experiences through sound alone transcends words. And just to prove my point, yes, always a surprise. There's more layers. So it's I'm going to bring up our guest speaker, Stan Zeff. So, ladies and gentlemen, Afro house pioneer and globally sought-after DJ producer Stan Zeff has been instrumental in shaping the trajectory of the genre on both sides of the Atlantic. After gaining a reputation as a trailblazing visionary behind the Shock sound system at London's iconic Notting Hill Carnival in his native UK, Zeff moved to Atlanta in 2000, swiftly establishing himself as an influential force on the US soulful and Afro house scene. On his mission to spread the Afro House philosophy, Stan Zeff isn't just about the pursuit of dance. He stands at the intersection of African-influenced music that incorporates spirituality and movement as healing ritual, creating a safe space for self-expression and introspection. It's my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce Stan Zeff.
Thank you very much, Gabe. You got one more layer to take off. Gabe, you got one more layer to take off. You're not doing that one. Da, 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 da. No? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Stan Zeff, and I'm so pleased and happy and honored to be here today for Creative Mornings. I'm going to talk to you about layers. So, next slide. Before we get into layers, let's just start off a bit about myself. Gabe gave you a wonderful introduction, heart-touching. But as you can probably tell by my accent, I was born and raised in London. I'm working on my southern drawl, but it's not really coming out that well. I'm first generation born from Caribbean parents. My parents are from a beautiful island in the southern Caribbean called St. Lucia. Anyone been to St. Lucia? It's with pitons, and it's a beautiful place. I came to the States in 2000 as an IT consultant. So I was very much into IT and technology, and that was my way of life for so many years. I'll talk a bit more about that later. But for over 30 years, I've been curating musical experiences about dance. In 2009, I started my own brand called Tambour Party, where I put on events here in Atlanta and around the world based on African-influenced dance house music. So that's pretty much been my life for such a long time. I produce music, the same African and world music, and I have my own label called Tambour Music as well. I've written articles on music and how music lifts our consciousness, and we can use music as a healing force to make us feel better and do better in our lives. Next slide. So what are layers? Well, Gabe's already been through the clothes thing, and you're thinking layers, and it can apply to so many different things. Layers of clothing, peeling off the layers of an onion, or a layered cake, which is always nice to eat, right? But what I'm going to talk about, next slide, is layers in our lives. And when I define layers, I talk about different parts that make us whole. So as I'm into music and I'm a musician, I make music and play music, I've given you a slide here of Logic, which, anyone here make music? So this looks familiar to you. And when I make music, what I do is I take different instruments, and we call them stems in the industry, and I put them together to make something that is hopefully pleasing to the ears. We get the tempo the same, we get them all in the same key, we get like a drum, a kick, some percussion, vocals, and we put them all together and we make them into a beautiful song, hopefully, okay? So, what I'm gonna do is give you an example of what I would typically do when I make music. So, not that one, this one. So I normally start off with a kick drum. Okay, so here we go. Give it a small volume. And then I might have a bass line come in. And I think I need a bit more. So why don't I put some percussion in there? You feel the rhythm? Okay, yeah? And then why not some guitar, some melody? One time is good, right? And so we need some chords, bring it all together. So here goes chords. And then to round it all off, let's have some world music, vocals that make us just feel happy and want to dance. So here we go. Hear the vocals. So here I'm layering music. I'm taking different parts and I'm putting them together to make something that is whole, that makes you want to dance or changes your mood, makes you want to feel a different way. So let's take this now. Because this is Creative Morning and we're here in the morning, we want to be vibed up, ready for the rest of the day. Let's all stand up and have a little bit of movement, shall we? Okay, so the track I was just playing to you was my latest track called Koinoko. I released music on Spotify, iTunes Music, Bandcamp, and all that good stuff. So it's just come out. So I want to play a bit for you, and I want you to feel the music, dance around, jump up and down if you want. And then afterwards, I'll ask you how you feel. Okay? Feel the music. Listen to the layers within the music. Just a bit of volume. Yeah. Feel the music. Listen to the layers. Don't be shy, don't be shy. So we keep the party going, right? As a DJ, it's about blending music together. One track is one layer, and I'm bringing another track, two tracks together. So that's how a DJ does it. Blends, right? You can sit down. Take a breather. Did you like the track? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I'm very sensitive, so I hope you did. Next slide, please. So when we look at layers in our life, we are made up of different layers. A lot of different layers. The mind and the body is so complex. And without us having to do anything subconsciously, our layers present how we are and how we show up to our friends, our families, our work, in our social circles. Our layers show up for us. Next slide. So let's look at my layers. If I go back over 10, 15 years, my layers were very disjointed. Okay, I had no synergy in my life. So my passions didn't align with my work. My goals didn't align with my personal life. My music didn't connect with my passions, and I was very disjointed. So I needed structure. And one thing I learned from my father, may he rest in peace, was structure. He was all about creating a good character as a person, as an individual, showing up as your best person that you can. And to do that, you need a foundation, a strong foundation. Every strong structure is built on a strong foundation. And I needed to create a foundation that I can improve myself and be stronger within myself. Next slide. So my foundation was spirituality, or is spirituality, I should say. And why did I choose spirituality? Well, spirituality has always been with me, and I like being and tapping into myself, being alone in places where I can just hear myself. And to me, that's spirituality. It's not about being religious, going to church or the mosque or the synagogue or wherever, but it's about having myself as the temple. So I felt very comfortable with spirituality in myself. So I started to improve on my spirituality and made that my foundation. So the core of my spirituality is the mornings. I am a morning person, okay? I love getting up early in the morning, before the sun comes up, and before anyone's around. And my day starts off with, prayer, meditation, gratitude, journaling, exercise, all these things I do in the morning. And that prepares me for the rest of the day. If I have a good morning, I have a good day. If I have 7 good days, I have a good week. If I have 52 good weeks, I have a good year. If I have a good year, then what's my life look like? Amazing, right? So that's what I work on, and it works for me. My spirituality is very important. And I end the day with gratitude. I think about all the things that have gone on for the day, even if they're not too good. And I have gratitude for them because everything leads on to something else. It opens doors for me. Next slide. So I build my structure from my spirituality. And everything that comes up from spirituality permeates through all the different layers that I have. So I have my tambour events, my music, music production. Everything for me is an expression of my spirituality. It's my foundation. And it also inspires me to do other things, you know, learn about more things like video editing and all that good stuff and social media. And I just find the time to do everything that I need to do because I start off my day being grounded with my spirituality. That's my main layer. Next slide. But it always wasn't like that. People might say, Stan, you've got a great life. You must really love your life. I want to be like you when I grow up. I get that a lot. And it's true, I really do love my life. You know, I'm grateful for how my life has changed over the years and how much joy and happiness I bring into my life. But it wasn't always like that. I used to have this massive layer over me. It was like a brick wall, and it overshadowed all the passions and goals that I wanted to have in my life. I had so much self-doubt that I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. If someone asked me, what is it that you want to do? What you really want to do? I couldn't, well, I like music. I like traveling. I like doing this and that, but I couldn't really place it all because of this massive layer that was over me. Can anyone guess what that layer was? No, it wasn't fear. Sorry? Imposter syndrome? No. Almost. Almost. Sorry? No. No. Next slide. There you go. My corporate, my 9 to 5. It totally engulfed my life. It took away all my energy. It didn't allow me to be expressive. I mean, I was in a good job. I was in an IT job. I was earning great money. I was in upper management, had my own office, a team of people working for me, but I wasn't happy. I got to the stage where I was depressed, in fact. I was so depressed, I used to come home, sit on the couch, and just stare at the wall with the TV off. And I thought to myself, how can I change my life? How can I make a difference to my life? So that's what I did. I did something drastic. I left my corporate job. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. I had to pray about it. And I prayed within. And I looked for the answers that would make a change in my life for the better. Without any fear. Someone said fear. You know, without any fear. Step into the new world. And I was ready to push a shopping cart with my belongings, all my belongings in a shopping cart and sleep at the side of the road. That's what I was ready to do at that stage. Next slide. So in my prayer, I saw that I had to let the light into my life so I can cultivate my layers. Spend time and energy on my layers, which were myself, so that I can change, okay? And I used the word light, bringing light into my life, but what I was really talking about, what it really meant was having time, spending time, quality time on myself in the mornings, during the day, you know, and really making a change in my life. Next slide. So what have I learned? 3 things about removing that overshadowed layer. Number 1, not to let anyone or anything dim the light inside of you. Okay? You have to be selfish, really. You have to be selfish with your time. I know it's difficult. We've got families, we've got friends, we've got commitments, we've got work, you know, but if you want to spend the time will show up for you. Because that's the only thing that we've really got in our life is time. Doesn't matter how much money you've got, how many houses, what clothes you've got, the latest iPhone, we've all got time. And it's how you spend your time and organize your time that's really going to change your life. Number 2, a foundation was so paramount for me. And do it daily. Your foundation could be cycling, could be gardening, could be writing, drawing, whatever. Find a foundation for yourself, just like I did, you know, that will change your life. And it can't be a chore. Waking up early in the morning and being about my spirituality isn't a chore. I actually look forward to it. I go to my bed early at night, knowing that if I go to my bed early, I'm going to wake up early and I can do my spirituality. I can sit down by myself, I can write, I can meditate, I can do some stretching and exercising. And so it has to be something that you love. Okay, number 3. It's work in progress. Keep working on those small, niggly layers that will never go away. You know, it's like you go out in your yard and you pick out all the weeds. You pick out all the weeds, and when spring comes around next year, you see the weeds, the same weeds come back up. And you're just like, I pulled them out a few months ago, and here they come back. There's some layers like that in our lives. And what am I really talking about? Someone said it already. Fear, self-doubt, anxiety. Okay, these are all work in progress. And it's important for us to embrace our fear, embrace our anxiety, because they're energy. It's energy that we can change around and push forward and propel us forward. And when I talk about anxiety for myself, you know, it comes up when I'm in public places. So when I'm in public places and anxiety comes up, I can recognize my anxiety. So here he comes, he's coming along. And what would normally happen is anxiety will hold me by the hand and it'll take me into a corner of the room or in the bathroom or outside, away from everything that's going on. But when I recognize anxiety now, I welcome anxiety. I put my arm around my anxiety and I say, give me a push. So anxiety pushed me forward. I walk up to someone, shake their hand, introduce myself, and hopefully I've made a lifelong friend. So that's how we use this energy, these energies that in so many ways we use them against us, but really they're powerful energies to propel us forward in life. And I've noticed that, and I'm using these energies more and more and using them to push me forward in life. Next slide. So as I go forward in my life, I've found myself putting even more layers into my life. Layers that will enhance me as a person, will help me grow. And one thing here is exercise. I've always been into exercise, but now I'm taking it a lot more seriously. I've got a personal trainer. Is that the back there? And, he's really helping me to actually not just listen to my body, but get to know my body better with exercise. Another thing I've learned is that one of the new pandemic in this country is stiffness and joint pain. Because we sit down all day at desks. We drive in our cars. We get home and we sit down on the couch in front of the TV. And we're not moving as much as we should be. So that's why I've taken exercise and I've put it in as a layer. There's something that I want to do on a regular basis to keep me mobile. Another thing is rest and relaxation. I'll slip that in because rest and relaxation is just as important as work, believe it or not. If you work 8 hours a day, you need to have your 7 to 8 hours sleep. You also need to have regular breaks throughout the day, and that's what I try and do as much as possible, take regular breaks. And lastly, family, marriage, relationships, community. Community is a layer that I've put in for myself and I concentrate on. And community is something that goes into my events with the Town Ball Party, where we're doing events in Atlanta or anywhere around the world. Community is so important, okay? For me, community is my therapy, my daily therapy. Knowing who your tribe are, who your friends are, who's your support, so that you can always rely on people and help people as well. It goes both ways. It's giving and receiving. Next slide. So I try to compose my life like a sheet of music, full with notes in harmony at the same tempo, so that I create the best possible song. Next slide. The world's crazy right now. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on that's making us scared, making us frightened, okay? But how can we make the change? And I can make the change by cultivating my layers, making my layers and being the best person I can, just one day at a time. Thank you.
That was absolutely amazing. We are normally have time for Q&A. Another big round of applause. How you? Oh, it's so good. I feel like we would love to have Q&A, but we've literally hit 10 o'clock, so I want to respect everybody's time, respect the space's time. But if they want to hit you up on socials or just talk afterwards, they can meet you right outside. And also, I feel like, are there really any questions after that? It's like, I feel like I just got schooled and I'm ready to go, like, do it. So I'm going to quit my job today. Thank you all so much for coming out. Thanks to the amazing crew who made it happen, the space, the sponsors, Stan, DJ Opdiggy, and don't forget next month at Be Nice House. Thank you so much. Enjoy.